Hi guys, thanks for joining us again on the channel. So, there's a reason I haven't talked about this one until now. It's not because I didn't want to talk about it, but because I needed to get it right. And now, the wait's over. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer was prompted to upgrade their internet hardware after experiencing some frustrating performance issues with their older setup. Our reviewer explains that their connection quality had started to degrade, particularly during the busy evening hours. This manifested in practical ways, such as occasional delays and echo on voice calls and noticeable dips in quality while streaming video. The core issue, as this client describes it, is like having too much traffic on a small road. An older device has access to fewer data channels, or lanes, and when the whole neighborhood is online, that limited capacity leads to slowdowns and inconsistent service. The switch to this new cable modem, which supports a much higher number of channels, was like opening up a multi-lane superhighway for their data. The results were not only measurable, but made an immediate difference in their daily use. After installation, all the previous problems with call quality and streaming interruptions disappeared completely. Our reviewer conducted extensive tests and found that their connection is now consistently faster than the service plan they subscribed to, holding steady even during peak usage times. This device delivered not just a speed boost, but more importantly, a stable and reliable connection. For anyone struggling with an internet service that feels sluggish and erratic, this client's experience shows how a modern piece of equipment can provide the smooth, consistent performance needed for today's online activities.
Cool, let's uncover what our next reviewer has to say.
This reviewer recently upgraded their cable modem, replacing an older model with this one, primarily to future-proof their home network for a few years. The jump to DOCSIS 3, one wasn't quite right yet given potential costs and local Comcast support for it. For the price, this upgrade seemed like a reasonable decision. Our reviewer had read concerns about activation issues on Comcast's network, but happily found the online activation process to be smooth. The initial configuration and firmware updates took some time. After a reboot, the setup finalized and everything ran perfectly, maintaining the same internet speeds as the previous model. The main draw was updated hardware and a much better web GUI. This client mentioned a few things to consider, starting with the size of this device, noting it's the same as their previous modem. They also appreciated the relocation of the activity light to the back by the network port, as the flashing light on the old one had been distracting. The updated web GUI is a huge improvement, shedding the dated look. However, the boot-up process is notably longer, likely due to the increased number of channels it bonds. Heat could also be a consideration, especially in warmer climates. This client noted that even in winter, the heat output seemed similar to the old modem, suggesting it might run warm during the summer months. The reviewer also wasn't thrilled about the white casing, but that's minor. Overall, this reviewer has been a repeat customer of this brand, and this recent upgrade has not caused any issues so far. They also added a tip for those experiencing IP problems during setup. Make sure the router connected to the modem is set to DHCP on the WAN interface, so Comcast can send the necessary DNS server IPs for activation. If that's not possible, plugging a computer directly into the modem until it's fully activated and updated is a good alternative.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer found this cable modem surprisingly easy to get up and running. There was a call to the internet provider to manually activate the device, but after about half an hour, everything was online. The initial reason for upgrading was to replace an older model with fewer channels. While the speeds didn't drastically improve right away, it became clear that the old router was the bottleneck. With the new modem, the family could finally stream on multiple devices and game without any issues. Later, the reviewer upgraded the router as well, and saw speeds climb significantly. It's important to remember, though, that speeds are ultimately dependent on the internet service plan. After over a year of use, this client has been impressed with the modem's ability to help troubleshoot connection problems. The status tab provides detailed information about power and signal levels. One time, the reviewer noticed upload power numbers were high, leading to errors. By monitoring these stats, it was discovered that the issue stemmed from noise on the cable line, which the internet provider eventually fixed. The reviewer emphasized the value of owning the modem, as it allowed them to prove whether connection problems originated within their home or with the provider. The ability to monitor signal strength and errors has been invaluable. This client even mentions potentially buying a second one as a backup and considers it a worthwhile purchase, especially for those comfortable troubleshooting their own connection. It has significantly improved their internet experience, and they're hoping it will continue to perform well for years to come.
And that's a wrap. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've got thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.